Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ebony if you're new, so thanks so much for tuning in today. As you can see, the title of today's video is going to be the top 5 books that have changed my life forever. I asked in a previous video, which I will link up here or over here. That video was called Overcoming Fear, and it really talked you guys through overcoming fear in your life. In that video, I asked you guys if you would be interested in knowing the top 5 books that changed my life forever, that completely changed my mindset and allowed me to achieve what I once thought was impossible in my life. And you guys definitely said you wanted to see that video. So here it is. Like, if you're watching this video, I am sending you so much positive energy. I really want you to upgrade your life. I want you to have the life that you desire to have. You definitely deserve your dream life. But most of the times we get kind of stuck, or we get complacent, or we're not even sure how to get to that level. You know, most of the time it seems like our dreams are so far out of reach, like that they're only a dream, and that dreams aren't true. It's just something you see on a Disney movie or something. So a lot of times it seems like dreams are out of reach, and I used to feel that way. But what greatly changed me, and what truly helped me to realize how possible it really is, was listening to books. So if I can give a little background, I'm not really one who liked to sit down and read a book. Like, to me, that has always been extremely boring. I'm just like, I got stuff to do. Okay, I'm moving around all day. I'm a business owner, I'm a mother, I'm helping school my son from home. Like, I'm always just moving around. Who got time to sit down and read a book, right? I thought reading was so boring. But then I discovered audiobooks. I discovered the Audible app, and then I discovered that most audiobooks can be found here on YouTube for the free. So I started listening to books, and those books that I listen to, I will listen to them on my morning walk while I get in my exercise, or I will listen to them as I'm working. Most of you guys know I am a full-time wig maker. So as I was making wigs, I would be listening to the audiobooks. And it just, listening to the audiobooks really helped me. It allowed me to multitask. So I'm already busy, I'm already doing stuff. All I had to do was listen. So if you guys are interested in audible or audiobooks in general, for all of the books that I'm going to mention to you guys, I will link them in the description box down below. So definitely make sure you check out the description box, okay? So the very first book that comes to my mind that absolutely changed my life was actually a book about managing money, and that was called Rich Dad Poor Dad by, I think the author's name is Robert Kiyosaki. So it's called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And literally, you guys, before reading this book, every penny that I would make, by the end of the month, it was all gone. And by the end of the month, I could not tell you what I spent it on. I had started my business. I made $35,000 my first year of business. And when I looked at my bank account, I maybe only had a couple $100s in there. Couldn't even tell you what happened to that $35,000. Could not even tell you. So I had a problem. I had a problem with spending money. And I think y'all know what I'm talking about, because most of us be dealing with this. And it's like, dang, I have this business. I'm making more money. I'm making the most money I've ever made. I'm making all of this additional money. But I wasn't quite sure how to manage money. I wasn't quite sure how to save money. I had never been able to save money. Hell, I could barely save for a rainy day. I barely could keep $500 in my checking account, because every time I would save money and put it in my savings account, I meant to say savings account, I could barely keep $500 in my savings account. Every time I would transfer money to my savings account, whenever I was at the mall or wherever I was out and about and I wanted something and my checking account didn't have enough money in it, bam, I did a transfer. So because of that, I could never save. And I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? Like, do I need a financial advisor? Do I need a budgeting? Like, what is it that I'm doing wrong? And the book helped me understand the only thing that was wrong was my mindset. poor people, or if you come from a poor family, if you come from poverty, I think I pronounced that word right, I don't know, I feel like I always pronounce that wrong, but if you come from poverty, you typically will have a poverty or a poor mindset when it comes to money. So all of your ideas about money and how you use money, how you spend money, and what you think about money are all aligned with that particular mindset. However, rich people have a completely different way of thinking about money and using money, and their thoughts around money is completely different. So reading that or listening to that audiobook, it allowed me to see that all of my thoughts were all the poor side of the fence. I needed to start thinking and using my money like the rich people use their money. So that was just, it was mind-blowing to me. Like poor people, they typically save, they like to save for a rainy day. They're scared to use money. So when they make their money, they're always scared to use it. They're scared to spend it. But then they always end up spending their money anyways. Like basically everything I described, like all of the problems I was having with money, like that's what the rich dad, I meant the poor dad was doing. So that was what the poor dad was doing. He was making all of these different decisions. Both dads were business owners in the book. So the rich dad, which is his best friend's dad, was like a business owner, entrepreneur. His dad, which was the poor dad, was a business owner, but they view money so differently. That's why their lives, like one person, the rich dad had a better quality of life. He was happier. The poor dad was still living paycheck to paycheck. He was miserable. He was always trying to make his money stretch. He wasn't allowing his money to work for him. And the rich dad was allowing his money to work from him. I don't know if I'm really describing this or explaining this properly. This might be one of those books you guys would have to just read yourself. But when I tell you it is a game changer, literally the week after I listened to that book, I was able to save $1,000. And ever since then, I have been able to save thousands upon thousands of dollars in my savings account. If I can give you 3 takeaways that I've learned from that book, or I think it's 3 takeaways. How can I say 3 takeaways and I didn't even give you all the takeaways? Okay, the main takeaways that I have gotten from that book was rich people spend money on a couple of things. They spend money on things that save them time. So instead of it taking you 3 months to build your website from scratch, knowing that you're not a skilled graphic designer or web designer, it would be best to just pay someone that can complete it in 1 week, because they are professional. That's something that they do every day. And the entire time that it took you like 2-3 months to complete your website, that's time that you could have put towards something else in your business that could have made you more money. You get what I'm saying? So you have to spend money on things that's going to save you time. Another thing that I learned was that rich people only spend money on things that's going to make them more money. This whole time that I was spending money on shoes, purses, clothes, food, vacation, clothes, shoes, makeup, baby, that wasn't making me no money. I'm just wasting money. Had I invested that money first, right, use that money to make me more money, and after that money made me more money, then use that money to go and buy some nice things for myself, right? Or I could have even used that money and flipped it a 3rd time and really cashed out, and then I can really ball. But see, I wasn't doing that. I was making money and then instantly spending it. I was not investing that money and allowing that money to make more money for me. And that's something that rich people do. So those were like 2 key takeaways. I was just mind blown, y'all. Just whew, the world has been changed forever. Okay. So the next book that was a game changer for me was a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence, Scovel, Shinn. The Game of Life and How to Play It. And this literally puts your mind in a whole completely different perspective. If you guys are familiar with the law of attraction, this book talks about the law of attraction, but it also talks about other laws of the universe. And listen, I use the law of attraction to manifest $100,000. I will leave that video up here at the top somewhere if you guys are interested in that. The law of attraction is very real. And what I soon learned after I was able to manifest a lot of things into my life, my dream car, those $100,000, luxury items, I've been able to manifest so much. What I soon realized after that is that the law of attraction is just one law of the universe. There are just a ton of laws to the universe. And this is a book that really helps walk you through other laws of the universe, especially if you are a Christian. If your religion involves God and Jesus, then this is definitely a great audiobook for you, because oftentimes a lot of people who are very religious, they are very skeptical when they hear words like the law of attraction, when they hear about manifesting, because it's not words that are typically used in church. So a lot of people, they tend to stray away from topics that they just not familiar with. Certain things like that will scare people, and a lot of people are skeptical. So if you are a religious person, if you're a Christian to be exact, this is going to be the perfect book for you, because it's going to open your mind. It's going to back up everything that is said with scripture. And it's going to help you see like the power of, you know, give and receive, using your tongue, speaking things aloud, you know, your tongue being very powerful, watching what you say, being positive, that when you're positive, you attract positive things into your life. Just having faith, being optimistic. So this is a book that just teaches you to be positive and use the laws to your benefit, how everything is just, the whole world, the whole universe is connected. Whether you want to believe it or not, we are all God's creation. So that book just kind of it kind of flows in that theme, like right there. So it's just a book that really just helped me stay on track when it came to training my mindset to think more positively. Because when you are manifesting and when you are dreaming big, and if your surroundings, you know, don't really match up with what you're thinking about or what you're dreaming of, some days you just might feel like all of your dreams are out of reach, or you just, you know, you might feel down or unmotivated on any given day or equation while you're trying to get to that next level in your life. And this is just one of those books that's going to give you that constant motivation, and that's going to encourage you to continue moving in the right direction. So the next book that I am going to recommend is very similar to the last book, but of course it just is different. Similar meaning it's on the same subject and the same topic. It's about the laws of the universe, but different because it's different authors and a different perspective on the laws, but they all align. So it's pretty much just me getting in alignment, hearing the same message about the laws of the universe, positive messages from different people, different authors. So this book is called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak. I'm probably pronouncing the name wrong, but you guys will definitely be able to find the book. And this is another audiobook that I listened to that relates to the laws of the universe, and this particularly was on the 7 spiritual laws. And those laws were the law of pure potentiality, the law of giving, the law of karma, the law of least effort, the law of intention and desire, the law of detachment, the law of dharma. So those are very important laws to learn about. One of the laws that really hit a strike with me was the law of intention and desire. I believe that's the law when it talked a lot about intuition, and I wasn't really clear on what intuition was. I always thought intuition was about Like, you know, if you in a life or death situation, like, girl, you finna get murdered, and like you get that gut feeling and you gotta save yourself, listen to your intuition. So I always heard about intuition in a negative sense like that. Or if your boyfriend cheating on you, listen to your intuition, your gut feeling. That is the only time in life I've ever heard people use intuition. But honestly, your intuition, it also guides you through positive things in life. It's not always a life or death situation with intuition. Your intuition is basically, for those of you who are spiritual or religious, and for those of you who do believe in God, you understand that God has given you everything that you would need in order to survive and live out a life of abundance in this lifetime. It's already embedded in you, like it's on the inside of you. And this book helped me understand that that portion that God has given you is your intuition. It's your inner voice. It's your, how you already know right from wrong without people telling you. It is your gut feeling, but it's also just your feelings about anything, positive or negative. You know, it helped me to realize you do not need validation from other people. All you need to do is just sit down and meditate, or, you know, even if you're not meditating, just be somewhere peaceful. Sit out on your balcony, let the wind blow, you know, relax, breathe in, breathe out, enjoy your surroundings. You know, maybe go on the beach, walk, you know, the river walk, or maybe if it's not a beach or the river, just walking in general, just isolating yourself, having some you time where you're not on your phone, your laptop, where you're not listening to music, and you're just allowing thoughts to just freely pop up in your mind, and you're just really being grateful, and you're being in a good feeling, and you will literally start like getting feelings on the inside, or you'll get like thoughts will just pop up in your head, and it's never a random thought. The thoughts you get in your head is your intuition, your inner self speaking to you. And it's so important to listen to that, because that intuition, your inner thoughts, your inner feelings will guide you. Whenever you're lost in this lifetime, that is what is going to guide you down the right path. That is how you're going to be able to hear the answers that are within, the answers that God are giving you that are already within, everything that you need in order to have a life of abundance. So this is the book that I listened to that really helped me truly understand what intuition really meant. And it was just a game changer. It's just so magical how people can word things a certain way, and then it's just like, wow, like how come I was never able to think of this myself? You know, but they word it so beautifully, and it's just like you finally get it. So that is what that particular book did for me. All right, so the next book I listened to was this book right here, and it is called The 4 Agreement. And this was one that was recommended by one of my Facebook friends, Asia. She recommended this book, and she was just raving about how this book is a game changer and it is a life changer. And I just had to listen to it. I was already listening to a lot of audiobooks, and I was needing something new to listen to, so I did listen to this one on the audiobook, and I'm happy I did go back and get the physical copy of the book. The 4 Agreements, this also goes hand in hand with the laws of the universe. There are certain, see, if you do not understand the laws of the universe, life is not going to work out the way that it's supposed to work out. There is just universal laws that were put in place by the Creator. These are not laws that man have created. These are not laws, you know, that the government has created. These are laws that the Creator put on the earth. When he created the earth, before he created man, when he created the earth was meant to work a certain way. There were certain laws put in place to achieve a certain balance on earth, and to achieve a oneness, right? Because everything is one. We are all one, all of God's creation. So our world, our society really does not teach us the laws of the universe. I don't want to throw out any conspiracies on why they do not teach us these things in school, why these things are not taught to us. But one thing I do know is almost everybody that is a millionaire, everybody that is living a life of abundance, all of them have used laws of the universe. So this is another book that speaks on different laws of the universe. But one thing in particular, so it have the 4 agreements, right? So the 4 agreements are, I forgot what they are. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but let me just go ahead and Google search it. All right. So the 4 agreements by Miguel, Ruiz. I'm just gonna stop trying to, I'm not gonna screw up these people's names, okay? So the 4 agreements, the first one is be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Now that one, the first agreement, this book changed me forever, okay? The second agreement is don't take anything personally. So nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality in their dreams. You know, like, don't take nothing personal. The third one is don't make assumptions. And the fourth one is to always do your very best. That's another one that completely changed me. And those 4 agreements go hand in hand with laws of the universe. Now, listen. I always knew there were power to your words, power to the tongue. You should always watch what you say. You know, your words can slice people like a sword. So I always knew that, but I ain't really know. This book broke it down to me. This is the book that really got me to see that words, the things that you speak, can be a curse. You literally cast curses over people's lives with the words that you speak. And when it finally clicked in my head, just listening to the first agreement, that has to do with being impeccable with your word and really thinking about what you're saying and not spreading gossip and using your mouth to say negative things, it changed my life forever. They use this example, something like a child will always remember something negative that their parents said to them. And then when you think about it, you never forget it. I will never forget the negative things that my parents said to me. And those negative things will stay with me forever. And for a lot of people, though, they are the same way. If your parent made fun of your weight when you were a child, chances are today, to this very day, as you're watching this video, you have an insecurity about your weight or your appearance because your parents or somebody in your household that you love used to rank on you or talk bad about your weight, right? It could be like just growing up in your household, you have multiple siblings and everybody nicknamed you lazy. Like, you're the lazy one, you always move slow. So now that you're an adult, you always use that as an excuse. Like, when people, maybe somebody like jokingly says something to you, like, you're such a big procrastinator, why you always wait till the last minute? And you sit there and you're joking, you're like, well, I am the lazy one. Ever since I've been a child, I've always been the lazy one. So those are the way when people speak to us, the words that they speak over our lives can almost follow us as if it's a curse for the rest of our lives. And it's all because someone said those things to us. So the book really helped me understand how words are really curses. And we do need to be mindful about what we say. We need to be especially mindful about the things that we say to our children and the things that we, you know, say when our children are around. So it really helped me truly understand the power of words, and it was just a game changer. And also the last one, the last rule, to always do your best. It just means like, I can't even put it in words, but whenever you do something, you always give it your all. There is no half-ass and stuff. Like, you have to always give it your all, and it's like a reason why you should always do it, because like life is less complicated. You always have confidence because you know you always gave things your best. You can walk a certain way, you can feel a certain way, like your energy is just, oh, I can't explain it the way the book explained it, but you guys need to listen to the book and get the book so you completely understand it. But it was absolutely a game changer. All right, you guys, so wait, that I was trying to do a drum roll, but that kind of sound like the Netflix thing. Okay, anyways, so the very last book that I have on the list for the 5 books that have completely changed my mindset and my life forever is the book called, dang, what is it called? It's called You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor. That's his name, Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor, I think that's his name. Now, a lot of you guys are already familiar with Bob Proctor because if you ever watched the documentary The Secret, which is all about the law of attraction, the main guy who speaks in that documentary is Bob Proctor. He's also very heavy on YouTube. He has a ton, hundreds of motivational videos speaking on all of the different laws, the law of attraction, you know, just everything about changing your mindset. So definitely check out his YouTube channel. If you have not watched The Secret, the documentary, that one documentary was the very first thing that taught me about the law of attraction, just laws of the universe in general. That was the starting point for me. So if you have not watched that documentary, watch it, okay? Watch it. Watch it. What are you waiting on? Watch it. But he has this book called You Were Born Rich, and it also just speaks about the laws in the universe, but it talks about just how we're raised in society, how society just kind of wants us to be a certain way, but you have to really understand that abundance is your birthright. Everything you want and need, like, you can have it. So that's what the book is mainly all about. I'm trying to make sure I don't leave anything out. I'm just briefly going over the chapters. So chapter 1 is Me and Money. It basically talks about how you have to create a positive relationship with money. This was another eye-opener for me because even after listening to Rich Dad Poor Dad, I thought I had developed such an amazing relationship with money. But this book helps me understand that I was having a better relationship with money, but I still did not have a perfect relationship with money. So this book really broke down a lot of things, a lot of mindset issues I had surrounding money. It's just the way he talks about money is so relatable. Like there's one portion of the book that talks about if you've ever said money was the root of all evil. Like a lot of us grew up with that. Like, I don't want to be greedy. Money is the root of all evil. You know, the rich are just filthy rich. These are all things that I've heard multiple times growing up, and it kind of shaped the way I viewed money. That is viewing money in a negative sense. And in this book, it kind of tells you if you have that negative view of money, like the laws of the universe will never give you money, because you're clearly saying that you think all rich, if you're saying you think all rich people are filthy, you don't want to be filthy rich, people are too greedy, you know, you have to always save for a rainy day. Like when you're saying that stuff, the universe always matches, like it gives you what you say. Like your words are powerful. So if that's what you're saying, the laws of the universe are never going to work in your favor to give you more money. Like you have to correct that. If you are envious, or if you know you have a bad opinion of rich people, then the universe is never going to align and allow you to become rich. If that makes sense. I'm probably not explaining it well, but this book explains it well. Okay? Well. So I was just like, oh wow. So it just talks about money is important, money is a servant, money must circulate. So it's different rules around money. There's a certain way that money is supposed to be used in this universe, so that it can be used for, you know, the nourishment, you know, of your life and the abundance that you want to achieve. There is a right way to use money, and a lot of people do not understand it. So it talks about that, and then it talks about like making an actual plan. Like you can't, when you're speaking things into existence, you can't just say, oh, I want to make a lot of money. You have to be definite, and it's very important, and there's so much power into be definite. So this book also gives you like a step-by-step guide that will help you create a plan for yourself. So if you do want to manifest money, it's going to give you a step-by-step plan, something that you can write out, something that you can work on a daily basis, something that you can say aloud on a daily basis, like as an affirmation. And literally this has worked with so many people. Bob Proctor has worked with the richest people in the world, and these are all things that some of the richest people in the world have done. So if 100 rich people in the world have been doing this every day, you would probably do it every day too. He gives you like that step-by-step process of like, you know, how you can get really clear on attracting and manifesting. You know, chapter 3 is the image maker, so really being able to visualize. Chapter 4 is let go and let God. He's given some biblical examples in there. So for a lot of you guys who are Christians or you are religious, you believe in the Bible and stuff, there is some scripture in there, okay? I know a lot of you guys look for that. Chapter 5 is expect abundance. Chapter 6 is the law of vibration and attraction, so that's another very important law. Chapter 7 is about the importance of risk taking. So the risk takers, is very important to be a risk taker, understanding that failures are not true failures, you know, losses are learning lessons. The razor's edge, oh, that's chapter 8, y'all. That is an amazing story about the razor's edge. Don't think in reverse, the vacuum law of prosperity. So that's just to give you like a brief summary of what the book is about. Those are just the titles of each chapter in the book, so you can kind of understand the direction that book takes you in. But that is another amazing book. So yes, you guys, those are 5 books that changed my life forever. And honestly, after I've done this book, or while I was going through those books, you guys, it was so many other books that I didn't allow to make the cut, but those books are equally as good. So if you guys would like to see another video like this, another of 5 books that I feel are extremely important and that are life changers, definitely thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let me know, Ebony, bring us the second list, okay? But these are definitely starters. Like I said, in the description box down below, I am going to try my best to find the audiobooks on YouTube so you guys can listen for free. But I will tell y'all, most of it is copyrighted. So although I may find the link 2 weeks from now, it may be gone. So you might just have to search the actual title of the book on YouTube and search like free audio book at the end of adding the title of the book to see if you can get it for free. But one thing I will say with that, because I have learned the laws of the universe, technically that goes against the law, and you can get bad karma for trying to get copyrighted stuff for free. So that is why I have been going out to correct my karma, and I do go out and actually purchase the physical copies of all of the books that I have mentioned. So this is just the only one I had readily available. The other one, the rest of them are put up. This is called the Prosperity Bible, and this one has 2 of the books that I mentioned in it. So this book that I got from, did I get this from Barnes and Noble? I don't remember what bookstore I got it from, but the Prosperity Bible, it contains maybe like 20 different books in here. So like 3 of the books I mentioned are in this actual book. So yeah, definitely if you're gonna listen to it for free, make sure you know you correct your karma by going back and paying these people for the work that they put out. It's only right. And these books can be found on Amazon or eBay literally for under $10. I feel like this book was $5 on Amazon. So definitely go out and buy the physical copies. Or if you just don't care for the physical copies, there are websites or apps like Audible, the Audible app that is created by Amazon, where you are able to pay like a monthly fee and you're able to, you know, get 1 free book every month. But also you have like the books app and stuff like that. So you have apps where you can actually pay for these audibles for a very inexpensive price and all of that good stuff. So yeah, y'all get what I'm saying, okay? So thanks so much for watching. I am so excited that you guys love videos like this, because that means we vibrate and we on the same level. We trying to get ahead, you know, we trying to be rich out here, okay? We trying to live an abundant life. We trying to manifest. So I'm just so excited that it's just not me, that I have other people to experience this side of life with. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time.